Well, it's coming close to the end of the show here in Newark, and I've just arrived on the Kanga stand. And fortunately, the gentleman sitting next to me has done me a mega favour by saying, why don't we do this sitting down? And my poor legs are really, it's hard work on the legs here.
It's been 2 days, isn't it?
Yes.
It's been 2 days.
Yeah. So I'm going to be rude and say, introduce yourself and how long have you been in the hobby?
Okay, well, my name's Paul Webb. Run Kanga now for about 3-4 years. Started a kit company before called Phoenix Kits. And that was going okay, well, but Kanga sort of came up for sale. A name that all of us have known for about 30 years now. And it was a pity to see that go by the wayside. And so we took over, and we've now got quite an extensive, about 40 different kits that we offer under that Kanga name.
Well, I was looking at your stand, and in fairness, you have got an impressive number of kits. I don't remember this many kits a couple of years ago. So, you know, you're obviously doing a lot of development work.
Yeah, I mean, this is now my full-time job. It started really as an extension to an hobby, and that progressed and progressed. I helped run the 5th CW club, and we decided we'd make, at the time, a simple Morse tutor for the members. That got added more and more features over the years, more and more requests for new kits, and so we bit the bullet and went self-employed, and that started with the Phoenix kits, and now, as I say, we've moved on to run Kanga.
Which is good, because you kept an original amateur name in, and Ian Keyser was here early. Well, he was here yesterday.
Yeah, virtually, I think I know all the pre-runners to myself, and what's nice is we all get along well.
Well, there's no reason why we shouldn't, really.
No.
We're all amateurs. We're all in it for the same thing.
That's right.
So it's good.
Yeah.
So looking along the line,
Okay.
you've got multiple kits. I can see a Morse tutor.
Yeah.
I can see a nice little ATU. But tell us the range of kits you do.
Okay, but it did start, say, from fists, so there's certainly a strong CW influence, shall we say.
Yeah.
So there's no real apologies for that. It's a mode that I love, and it's a mode that I want to try and keep alive. So we have a range of various Morse tutors for people who are learning from scratch, no knowledge at all, to people who are just trying to top up the speed a little bit. That's sort of the one side of the products that we offer. Onto that, again, CW, there's a lot of people interested in summits on the air, parks on the air, and all those sort of people around, lots of people doing various activities. So we've started doing ATUs, which are quite suitable for that sort of use, field use. And more recently, we've moved over to produce a couple of transceiver kits. Very, very simple. If you know the Pixie, which was a very easy one, this would be like a Pixie that's on steroids. There's active audio filtering. There's more filtering on the front end. It uses a proper mixer, 2 watts of RF rather than half a watt, quarter of a watt, whatever you were getting. And like the Pixie, it does come in a nice solid aluminium case. Virtually all our kits are cased. From my own days, going back when we used to build kits, as a hobby, you'd spend as much buying a case as you would as the kit, and it never looked professional. So we try and do professional looking cases for all our kits.
Yeah, and in fairness, if you're building a kit, and I love to build this sort of stuff myself. Don't get as much time to do it these days as I used to. And I know you're ragging me that I ought to look at your beginners' kits, but no, nicely. But having a proper case for it. If a kit has got a case, I will always buy it with the case, because it finishes it off. If you want to use this kit after you built it, you don't want it hanging around. I mean, I built one of those cheap Pixies, and it works. And it lives in a mini sandwich box. It never comes out unless I'm showing somebody this is what you can do for square root of nothing. But it ain't going to go on the air ever again.
No, I know. That's it. I mean, if you build it, you've invested a little bit of money in something, you may as well have something that you can keep and will be of use to you. They're never going to replace something like the Asus and the Icons of this world. But the price tag doesn't even match that even. If you start looking at enjoyment for the pound, I think you are pushed to beat a little homebrew circuit often. You know, you've got the feeling that you've accomplished something yourself. You actually built it and it works. That's worth a lot of S points.
Certainly is. Certainly is. I remember just because I was coming into the hobby, because I was late entrance for various reasons. But just as I was coming in, I built, they're not around now, but a house kit.
Yes. Yeah.
One of their short-range receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And I switched, when I first switched it on to the station in Germany, and I had a bit of old wire hang out at the back of the antenna socket. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
Smile from ear to ear. You're right. It's the achievement of you've done it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've all been there. Hours, Lake Electronics, built virtually all of their range. It's the only thing I feel sorry for is now the amount of kit companies around has depleted virtually down to zero. There's myself. I think you've got Walford Electronics. There may be one or two others as well. But all of us are running these companies. They're all getting older. And I do fear for the future, really, because it's an important part of the hobby.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I worry a lot about when I left school, I went to work for Philips in their television factory in Croydon. It's no longer there. And you had to complete a week in their training centre before you got a job.
Yeah.
And you had 2.5 days of learning how to solder properly. Now you smile, and then the other half was we didn't have electric screwdrivers, we had ratchet screwdrivers and 1
Yeah.
So it was basic how to use tools and how to solder. And then I look at YouTube videos of people building things, and I think, for God's sake, you don't know how to solder.
Yeah. I mean, it can be. One thing what does help with this, I used to be a STEM teacher, and we did do a little bit of electronics at secondary school level. Now there's an awful lot of buildathons initiative. RSGB are actively pushing buildathons, British Science Week.
Yeah.
These are the sort of activities I think really as an amateur community, we really need to encourage, because it's bringing on new people into the hobby. And it's one of these hobbies, I'm afraid. The band space, the airwaves are very commercial if they want to be. They could be. And we'll lose them if we don't use them.
Yeah. Well, I remember in the old days when we used to do practicals in the exams, and I was teaching, I've taught a number of both foundation and intermediate. And for intermediate, you have to build something.
Yep.
And to prove that they actually built it, we used to buy this little receiver kit, medium wave receiver kit.
Yep.
Nothing too clever. And it's great because if we've got 20 people building it, I can fault find the same thing 20 times.
Yeah.
I can't fault find 20 different devices. And the number of people, when you show them how to solder properly and suddenly they're like, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it was there was a Christian radio station half a mile away. So it didn't matter how bad they built it, they always received so this is good.
Yeah. I mean, that's like you just said about building like the Pixie and things like that. In the UK, we get swamped with a lot of commercial local radio stations, and that does cause problems for home brewers nowadays. The Pixie where I live, all I can get is a local BBC station, no CW at all. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? We try and encourage people now to build more. It's important that they build something that works.
Yeah.
So that they don't go away thinking, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
So we do try and make sure the kits that we do are suitable for, not necessarily for, some of them are first time kit builders projects, but we try and make sure we've got sufficient instructions there to get them going and it works. And I'm always only an email or a phone call away anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's good news. And you have I would suggest 30 or 40 different kits you produce now. So it's
30 to 40 kits. There's always more coming. We reaching the point, being a one-man company, that just fulfilling the day-to-day orders, sorting out stuff for events, is getting to the saturation point to put the development time in. But I always seem to manage to one more kit always seems to be coming out.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she's sitting at the back with a little smile on her face. The good lady is probably very, very helpful to you.
I couldn't do it without her, really. She's the one who builds 90% of the kits when we do a built kit. And also my chief packer, and also the post lady as well, doing all the post runs. Yeah, our local post office kept quite busy.
Yeah, certainly. Now, possibly you've already said this at some point in time to others. I'm going to ask you, if somebody is interested and wanted to build one of these kits, where would they find you? Where's your website and how they contact you?
Okay. We do have a website, www.kanga-products.co.uk. But to be honest, if you just Google Kanga Products, you'll find us. We've got quite well known on the web now, I'm glad to say, having been around for 30 years at that name.
Yeah. So that's good news. Now, I'm not going to keep you forever because possibly we're frightening people away from your stand because these orange shirts tend to frighten people. Not really, but anyway, I'm going to let the customers come back. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
We will. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.